What's up, and welcome back to 417 Fox, your channel for the automotive DIY enthusiast. I've got something a lot different for you today. What I wanted to do is record this small segment before the video today, just to kind of give you guys a little bit of an update of what's been going on and why I have not been able to get out any videos. The good news is everything has been recorded. The bad news is I haven't edited any of it, guys. I think I probably got 5 or 6 videos still to edit. Things happen. Life happens. You guys know this. The car, I'm going to tell you, has fought me every step of the way. I was really in a push to try to finish the two-tone Cobra clone in time for Midwest Fox Fest. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. But you know what? It's going to be all right. But today is September the 11th, and I am getting ready to head out for Midwest Fox Fest in the 417 Fox. So on today's video is going to be a really cool video that I shot here a couple of weeks back when my really good friend and I went out to Death Valley, California and picked up a low mileage coupe. I know a lot of you guys have seen a lot of those updates on Facebook as Matt was putting those out there as we were taking that really cool road trip. So hopefully you'll enjoy this video. The other videos as far as painting the car and all the steps for that are coming very soon. The car does have a mechanical issue right now, so the car is finished. It just has a mechanical issue that is not going to allow it to make that 5-hour track up to Omaha for Midwest Fox Fest. Now I do want to do a really cool reveal video on this car, but I will give you one really fast sneak peek of it before then. That's it. That's all you get. Enjoy this video, guys. Welcome back to 417 Fox. I'm coming to you from a little different location today. We are on a Foxbody adventure, and right now I am in Phoenix, Arizona with my good friend Matt. So we actually flew out to Phoenix, and now we are driving about 5.5 hours from Phoenix to go pick up a fully documented 91 coupe. And Matt, now that car, is it the second owner or?
I believe my cousin's the third owner.
The third owner, but it was the second owner when your cousin bought it.
Absolutely.
It was fully documented, low mileage, white coupe, and we are going to drive that thing back to Tulsa, Oklahoma from the Death Valley area of California.
Landers, California.
Yeah.
Not far from where King of the Hammers is held.
Wow, that's going to be... So, guys, we have been trying to plan this trip since COVID started, right?
Absolutely.
And it kind of all come together. We're like, hey, let's go. We grabbed a plane, come out here, landed yesterday, seen some family while I was out here. Matt's got family in this area, and now we're on the road trip. And this is going to definitely be an adventure. I don't know how many miles that is back from there to Tulsa, 1,300 miles?
1,350, I think.
So we're going to bring you along on the ride. We're going to go see some sights. So guys, I know this is a little bit different content, but you know, this is what it's about. A couple of Foxbody motorheads getting together, getting out on a road trip, having fun, cruising the roads. And these cars are meant to be driven, guys. So, you know, I'm talking about going to Omaha here in just a few weeks. And, you know, it's about a 5.5 hour drive for me to Omaha. And I'm driving the 417 Fox. These cars are meant to be driven. And we're going to do a lot of driving in this white coupe, so I'll pick back up with you as we cruise on down the road. All right, guys, we made it to the compound. We are in Death Valley, and oh my gosh, I think it was 114 degrees here today. We cruised through Joshua Tree State Park, and what an amazing trip that was. Took our time, stopped and looked at the sights, and that was pretty cool. We made it here to the compound. We're going to go over here and take a look at this coupe that I know you guys are going to want to see. All right, I know Matt's already in here taking a look over the car, just making sure everything's ready to go. We've got a 1,400 mile trip to take this thing back. Let's go see what we got. Ooh, look at that old Ford right there. Good looking truck. Here she is, boys. Low mileage, low owner, 91 coupe, 0 rust. The sun is taking its toll on her, but man, she is straight as an arrow. Straight. Look at this engine bay. Untouched, unmolested. Little dusty. All that to clean up. Matt, I think she's gonna need some paint love though, brother.
Oh yeah, definitely showing her age.
Yeah, but man, how many coupes can you find that are this low miles, that aren't beat up, that haven't been wrecked, that every tag is there, unmolested? I mean, other than somebody putting an aftermarket radio in it.
Right.
I think that's, and being R134A converted, that's it for the most part.
The mufflers.
Huh?
It may have Flowmasters on it.
Well, yeah, hey, but that happened when it was 91, right? So that's a period correct.
There you go.
Right, guys? That is a period correct modification of one of these cars. And I'm going to tell Matt, I don't think I've seen any dings or dents. I mean, the car has got its scuffs and bruises. Man, interior looks nice on this car. Has some typical wear on the driver's side seat, but other than that, man, the interior looks great on this car. I know Matt's going to treat her right and show this car some love.
Yeah.
And guys, it's just fun to get to kind of see a car like this, and it's a time capsule in a lot of ways, you know, because most of you maybe go find now have so many modifications done to them, and you know, it's hard to bring them back to where they were, and this is a car that can easily be brought back to its new status.
Right. Absolutely.
Yep. And if you guys have been watching the market here lately, which Matt and I sure have been, the coupe market has exploded.
It is on fire.
You would think,
Absolutely.
you know, we were talking about this a lot on the way down here, of how the 93 Cobras, they really exploded a couple of years ago and then leveled off, and they pretty much have stayed around the same since then. And now the coupes have just caught fire, and they're surpassing Cobra values, you know, and it's crazy. But you think about it, most of these coupes were either dragged, or when they got old and tired, they were converted into dirt track cars, right? Think about how many coupes have been lost to the dirt track, because they make really, really good dirt track cars, and also good drag.
Really?
Yes,
Oh,
absolutely, man. Every dirt track you go to in the South, you'll still see today. My neighbor has a coupe dirt track.
Oh my goodness.
Foxbody, yep. So, yeah, and they were real popular also with the 4-cylinders, because they took that 4-cylinder 2.3 and that they could pump some horsepower out of those little 2.3s for the 4-cylinder class with those coupes. So a lot of them were lost to that. So that's why they're so desirable, because if you try to find one that's not a 4-cylinder conversion,
Right.
that's an original V8 car, even if it's an ALD, they're bringing premium money right now. I mean, one just sold on eBay for some serious money that was a really nice car, don't get me wrong, but to see the values of those cars going up, it's crazy, guys. It's absolutely crazy. Well, what Matt and I are getting ready to do, we're going to kind of go over this thing, maybe put a new serpentine belt on it, put cap, rotor, plug wires on it, make sure.
Take off those 1991 plug wires.
Yeah, the steel date. Yeah, let's go take a look at that. This,
Motor craft wire.
I saved them on the 417 Fox. I still have the 91 date coded wires for that car, but look here, guys.
Where is it?
There it is, right there. There's your 1991 right there. Boom, right there, 1991. Still the original plug wires, guys. when I popped the hood at first, I was like, Matt, look at this insulation. It's not all fuzzy and hanging down, and you know, and which that's what you're used to seeing. At least you could still buy reproduction, or actually still Ford licensed insulation blankets for these. But anyway, guys, we're going to get busy, kind of get this car ready to go, make sure she's roadworthy for our 1,400 mile road trip. Well, boys, we got the Mustang ready to go for tomorrow, and now it's time to go have a little fun. Yes, sir. It's time to go to cruising a deuce and a half and go to Big Rock. What do you think? All right, so here we are in Flagstaff, Arizona, on our trek back to Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. And when we loaded this car up, Matt had just a few more things we needed to bring with us. Trinkets, as he likes to call them. And so if you ever want to test just how much stuff you can fit in a Foxbody Coupe, we have tested it to the max. So look here, guys. We've got a full set of pony wheels and tires in here. There's my bag. We've got parts. We've got steering wheels. We got parts crammed over in this corner. I don't even want to show you the back seat. We still have to put the spare back in there because the spare had to come out. Everything is very strategically placed in this car. If it wasn't, we wouldn't be fitting it in here. So I got to take you to this back seat and show you. I would be afraid to let the seat forward because then we may not get it back. All right, so we got another bag there behind the hatch, behind the trunk carpet. We have 2 more wheels and tires, among many more things. So how much stuff can you fit in a Foxbody Coupe? We have absolutely tested it to the max, and we've got this thing full. This thing is running great so far. We've got about Matt, what we got, 11 hours to drive today?
750 miles.
750 miles we're gonna put on this bad boy today, and then finish the track tomorrow. So here we go, guys. Here we are at the Cadillac Ranch just outside of Amarillo, Texas. Thought it'd be fitting to stop here with the Notch and to come by and take a look at things. I know Matt's excited. I think he's got to see it before. This will be my first time getting to see it. We got to walk out there for this little trek to go check out the Cadillac Ranch, but I think the Notch is doing just fine. We've how far are we, Matt, from what are we?
About 900 miles on it so far.
Yeah, about 900 miles on it so far. She's doing just fine. Just topped her off, and let's go check out these Cadillacs. All right, guys, I'm gonna do a walk by. It's just amazing the amount of paint on each one of these cars. A guy from Michigan was just telling you about, what was that bridge, Matt, that has so much, the Mackinac Bridge that has so much paint on it. It weighed as much as the bridge, and they're having to get that off there. Of course, you probably have a potential bridge failure, right?
Right, exactly. Between the upper and lower peninsula and Michigan.
Matt, we got to put something on here, right? Thank you. Thank you very much.
.417 Fox Road Trip 2020. There it is.
There it is. Right on. Matt is treating me to the big Texan.
I thought you was buying.
What? What? So, and no, I am not going to eat the 72-ounce steak. Not happening. Hey, just one more good place to stop for a memorable, great trip with a great friend and having a blast taking this Foxbody. What we're right now at
1,000 miles since yesterday morning,
and we still got a few more to go. All right, it's time to go eat. Well, Matt and I made a stop on the way home from Death Valley, California to Broken Arrow, Oklahoma at Mustang, Oklahoma. And how fitting that we are in Mustang, Oklahoma, because I'm going to turn around and show you what we're looking at here in this shop. We are at TRS Racing, and Tony specializes in Fox bodies, if you couldn't tell.
Just a few Mustangs.
Just a few. We'll kind of walk around and show you a couple of them. Now this car right here is a 92 that Matt picked up, I don't know, last year?
Yeah, probably a year ago.
About a year ago, and the car was, yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. This car was absolutely a basket case, and Tony and Matt hooked up, and this car is now going to be a 500 horsepower Mustang thumping, tire shredding beast. But I remember when Matt first got this car, I took a look at it in the shop. 69,000 original miles. The interior is mint, and you can tell on this car was, man, you can tell when you open up a door, and the thing almost still smelled new inside this car. So this car is almost finished, and I know Matt can't wait to get his hands on this thing once it's done.
Fire it up today.
Yep, absolutely. So they're looking at firing this thing up today, and this thing is absolutely going to be a beast. And Tony, I can tell you one thing about this shop, just talking to Tony, they do things right here too, because if he runs across something that's not 100% the way it should be, he's going to address it. And that's the kind of shop you want to take your cars to, is the guys that are they are car guys, and they do not want to let something go if they're going to treat it like it's their own car. And you could tell real quick by talking to Tony, who ran off as soon as I turned the camera on, that he is absolutely a car guy. Here's a beautiful 92 Cobra clone. This thing is immaculate.
Tony, this car's for sale, right?
Yes, it is.
This one's for sale?
Yes, it is.
It's 5-lug conversion. You got your Cobra, like 03, 04 Cobra brakes on it. You got Terminator seats in this car.
Yeah.
Rear seat delete. Very beautiful interior on this car. This thing is mint on the inside. Paint is in great shape. So Tony,
like a monster.
I bet it does sound like a monster. What's this car putting out, Tony?
It's about 300 to the wheel, but it's just a 306 with a model combination. It's got TFS, the Stage 1 kit with the trick flow heads, the Stage 1 cam, and then the trick flow intake. It was built back in 2005 or 2006, and the customer brought it in and wanted it showroom look, so we took it all the way down and brought it all the way back up for him and redid everything, suspension, transmission, brakes, everything, and then redid all the stuff on the motor. But
I would say it does look showroom, Tony, and this car is super nice. And as you know, 300 horsepower to the rear wheels on a Foxbody is a fun car.
Yeah.
You don't have to have 400 or 500 horsepower, Matt, to have fun in a Foxbody. You know, 250 horsepower to the rear wheels on a Foxbodies can be a handful, and they're fun.
Yep.
So, well, guys, I'm just going to kind of walk you around, kind of show you these cars. Boy, this is a beautiful convertible. I think I've seen this car before.
Really? The guy is from Miami, Oklahoma. He bought it from a guy in Kansas. It's a 93.
How long has he had it from the guy in Kansas?
He literally just bought it a couple weeks ago.
I think I seen this car at last year's Midwest Fox Fest. I think because I remember this car.
It's got 4-wheel disc brakes. It's got a built motor. It's got a turbo system on it.
I see that.
It's got 90,000 miles on it.
Wow.
And the interior of the car is beautiful. But he's brought it to me right literally as soon as he bought it. He just drove it down here and wants this car to be shown underneath the hood.
Well, Matt, we just left TRS Racing. Got to take a look
got to take a look at the progress on your 92 GT.
Yes, sir.
As you commonly refer to as the Cowboy GT, which really does do that car justice when you look at the colors. And no, he is not a Cowboys fan.
I'm not a Cowboys fan.
Right, that's a good thing. But he does refer to that car as a Cowboy GT. I think that's a good name for it. But I do want to say this is that, you know, this has been a fun time. Him and I have had a great time. And this one is about getting out and getting these cars on the road. We drove this car right now. We're probably approaching what, maybe 1,200 miles.
1,200-ish, yeah. We're about 100 miles from home.
Yep, about 100 miles to get back to the Tulsa area, and then I've got about 2 hours and 45 minutes from there to get to my home there in Southwest Missouri. So, but it's been a great time. These cars, you can still get them out, you can still drive them, you can still have fun in them, and a pure stock Foxbody. Still just cruising down at 80 miles an hour on the highway, getting after it, having fun.
20 miles a gallon up there.
20 miles to the gallon.
There we go.
Yep, and Tony shot back there with TRS Racing. Man, I'm going to tell you, I was telling Matt after we left there that you could tell the difference in guys that really care about these cars. You know, there was a lot of stuff. You know, we were there for quite a while that was not videoed, and when you look at all the things he's pointing out of every little minute detail that you could tell that bothers this guy if it's not addressed. And that's what a car guy's about, you know, and that's the kind of guy you want to take your stuff to, because you want him to treat it like you're going to treat the car. So,
absolutely.
And, you know, unfortunately, there's a lot of guys out there that do work on not just Foxbodies, but any cars that it's about, hey, get it in here and get it out of here and make my money on it and move it on down the line. But I'm pretty sure that's not what that shop is about. And it is so fitting that it is in Mustang, Oklahoma. So if you get a chance, check the shop out. And, you know, I think you'd probably be happy if you took your car there. I know Matt's going to be once he gets that car back. And who knows, maybe it even get finished in time for an upcoming car show.
Keeping my fingers crossed. Been there a little while, but I told him no hurry when I dropped it off.
Oh, yeah, and that's... oh, if you only knew the story about this 92 car, you know, that's Matt, you know, I've given Matt the term too of, it's called auto archaeology, right? And every car has a story. This car, oh my gosh, the stuff that we were finding in this car, like, what was that one where she is having service done? Was it a fireplace company or something? Or
oh, yeah.
So she was the lady that owned this from 1996, meeting her at, it was basically the
apartment complex or a home or something like that.
And what it was the service call sheet from that service company that was going to do some work for her, and then they were meeting her, and down in the notes it said, and she's in a white Mustang.
Yep, Laura will be in a white Mustang.
Laura will be in a white Mustang. You know, and then we've seen some other notes in here and just some really cool stuff. Plus, this car right here has amazing documentation. Everything that was ever touched on this car is documented.
Yep, got the original window sticker, sales contract, all the letters that Ford sent the lady, you know, trying to get her to buy extended warranty, safety recalls, oil changes, tires, alarm system. Yeah, it was almost $1,000 back in '92.
Wow.
Yeah, lots of documentation.
Every car has a story, right?
Absolutely.
We were talking about your 93 Cobra the other day and the story that car has, and that's for another video. But man, that car is, you know why, after a car that, you went so much through and how long you've had it, it's like a kid. It's like
right?
a kid,
You're invested in them.
You're invested, absolutely. And that's why guys, will have certain cars like that they'll never get rid of. Right?
You're absolutely right.
It'd have to be a bad day for that car to ever leave the Matt stable. All right, guys. But hey, we're cruising on down the road. We're on we're out on I-44 now, and that's what I'll be on all the way dang near to home. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. We're going to wrap this one up, and it's been a blast. I know this video is a little bit different, but I'm going to tell you, I know my videos have been a little bit lacking here lately, but this is why. And it was absolutely worth it to get out and have some fun with a good friend and Also combine that with some good car fun. So I'll see you guys on the next one.